It's the show that sucks with your hosts Harrison and Honzo Gonzo.
See what kind of paperwork has to be
talk to Art if you want to get that done.
Yeah, if you need to contact Spooky, you need to talk to Arturo. He's his secretary, so.
Oh, wow.
This is for everyone. If you want to contact Spooky at NYC Furby, just ask him the question and he'll relay it for you. He's very good at that.
Oh, Arturo's the Girl Friday in that business?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
With special guests from around the fighting game community.
Is he going to answer? Yeah, no?
Honzo?
Oh, hey. From the dead. Oh, are you crying? What happened?
I forgot it was Tuesday. And my phone's charging.
You are a terrible bison. How do you forget it's Tuesday?
The worst part is you retweeted the tweet that said it was tonight. You retweeted it.
Now for your hosts, Harrison and Honzo Gonzo.
Alright, what's up, everybody?
Howdy.
It's the 35th episode of the show that sucks. Here with special guest Hoodaman. Hopefully everything is alright. My computer doesn't explode, but first ever 3 people being seen at the same time. So congratulations, Hoodaman. You're a part of that.
I can't see you, Harrison. I only see your picture right now.
I'm using all of my computer capabilities in the stream right now, so unfortunately you won't be able to see me, but everybody else can.
I think
so that's all that matters.
I think we're the first FGC stream to ever have 3 people on video via the internet ever.
At the same time.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it's a big honor. Big honor to be a part of it.
Yeah. So, what do you want to talk about, Harrison?
Well, I mean, we have another Street Fighter person on the show, so I guess let's talk about the Southeast Asia major that happened this weekend. I mostly just caught a couple of the matches, mostly because they were... Was it top 8? That was like best out of 5 or 7 or something?
It was something crazy like that.
Do you know who, man?
I can't remember if it was top 16 or top 8, but yeah, it was like first to 5. No, first to 5. No, it was first to 3, and then I think grand finals was like first to 7 or something crazy.
Yeah, I was watching the grand finals and I was like, geez, this is like the biggest grind I've ever seen. And in a regular grand finals, Jen would have won, which I think is kind of crazy. Like, he 3-0'd him, and then Gamer B kind of brought it all the way back.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he was in losers, so that would have reset him, I guess. Yeah, that's crazy. It's a really big change of pace from what we're used to seeing, but it kind of shows that, you know, the game has a lot of depth and people can make adjustments and totally bring it back. We saw it happen in like many matches, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think like the one thing that I noticed the most was how much harder CN had to play than Gamer B. I don't know, maybe I was just thinking about it like that. Is Gamer B basically was just annoying the crap out of him for like 10 games. And Zian had all these crazy setups and it still didn't work out for him, I felt like.
What's the Adon versus Gen matchup like? Does anyone know?
I have no idea.
I don't know either, man. Like, I don't know. Again, I mean, he was landing his setups like so much, like nobody knew how to deal with it, right? So it seems like in a long set, if you figure it out or have people tell you how to block, it'll start swinging more your favor, no matter what the matchup is, right?
Yeah, I definitely started to block some of those setups, but I mean, I still felt like he was getting hit by at least 70% of those fake cross-ups and unblockables or whatever it was against Gamer B, but it's still just like, it just wasn't enough. And Gamer B, I felt basically just won by annoying the crap out of him with just Jaguar kicks.
Yeah, I mean, Adon's a really simple character. He only has like, when you watch him, you only see like 3 moves, but you know, they're all like really unsafe if you predict them, right? So you just have to be good at mixing those 3 moves up unpredictably.
Yeah, and he did guess right a couple times. Cien was kind of overthinking himself, and I think Cien, he had no life left, and he thought Zien thought Gamer B was going to do the light Jaguar Tooth against the wall and land all the way full screen to like bait a chip out or something, and so he Zien dashed in and he just did a heavy one and he got hit and it died. So I don't know. Instead of just jumping back and playing it safe, he kind of ate a couple of things like that. And you can tell by the 5th or 6th match they were definitely in their heads. Like instead of like I saw Gamerby was kind of going for an uppercut after like a couple of jabs, and after somebody sees that, they kind of tend to give up and block after those 2 jabs, trying to like bait something. And the other person, if they read that, then they're gonna try to mash buttons because they feel like you know that they're gonna bait. But Zien kind of wasn't falling for it, and he was still in there. He just neither of them really ever gave up, I felt like, which I think is cool to see in like a match that's like 10 games long, 10 plus games long.
Yeah, I mean that's what's really like the beauty of Street Fighter is like the depth of it, and it's like when the matches get to that point where kind of the gimmicks are out of the way and you just get to see the players play each other. I think that's when it looks the best. So props to Southeast Majors for doing it that style.
And I think the stream itself was pretty sick. I thought the overlays and the animations and stuff were pretty cool.
Yeah,
like
little fake
somebody
trophies.
somebody would get a point and you'd see Vega like fly across the screen and like give player 1 a point or something like that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually got fooled one time. Like it said, like Gamerby won, and it had a trophy. It said "busy like a bee" or something like that. I don't know why I thought that was like the actual game. I was tripping.
I thought it was the actual game the first time too.
Yeah.
I honestly did. I was like, whoa, that's a really specific trophy.
Did you watch any of the Marvel? I
Yeah.
didn't watch it because Justin Wong was there and I figured he'd just win. So
There was actually some interesting matches between Australia and Japan, actually. They're actually the same guy who plays the Kusuru in Australia. Kusuru's team, which is Beautiful Joe, Frank West, Rocket Raccoon. He beat Zien 3-0 pretty badly. And he made it into top 8, and it was 2-2 Justin Wong, and he just lost it. He lost to Justin Wong 2-3, and he should have probably won one of those matches. So I feel like his turning nerves got to him, and it was that fact that he was Justin Wong or whatever, Wong factor. But yeah, then he lost to Tokido. Tokido went on a rampage in losers bracket.
yeah, he got third or
He got third.
yeah.
He got third. Kazunoko actually is like the biggest story there because he actually got a lot better at Marvel. Because I remember him playing last Evo or the Evo before that, and he was just really bad or just mediocre. But now he's been putting a lot of time in Marvel, and he's actually gotten pretty decent. He got second place. He beat Tokido, which is no small feat. So he might do some damage one of these days. He plays Wolverine.
It's Marvel.
Yeah.
If you're half decent, you can do something.
I don't know
And he
about
plays
that.
Wolverine and Virgil, so he
Yeah.
can make anything happen.
But yeah, Justin took it as everyone expected because it's Justin. But other than that, yeah, there's some good matches between the Australians and the Japanese. I don't know if they're uploaded to the YouTube yet. Top 8's the only one that's uploaded.
I checked a few hours ago and I didn't see much yet.
Yeah,
And you have to be subscribed to.
to see the archives.
Yeah.
So you have to wait for their YouTube, which I totally just forgot the name of. Is it Tough Cookie TV?
Pretty sure
The
it's Tough
YouTube?
Cookie TV.
Okay.
Or Tough Cookie something.
Yeah, I noticed you had to pay to watch the video on demand, so I just checked YouTube and somebody ripped the stream, so it's all good.
Oh damn. CPM pirate.
We don't say stuff like that on here.
My bad.
No.
I didn't give away any names, so it's all good.
Kevin's gonna be mad. Moving on. Why Me Dojo happened? That was yesterday.
The sickest probably winners finals ever in the history of ever, I felt like.
What, in Street Fighter?
Yeah, between you and me, I thought it was like ridiculous.
Yeah, that was really good. That was really tense. I think we played that super like set play type, like use every inch of the meter, every bit of life, and every bit of the clock that you could. So
And just stayed calm no matter what, I felt like. Which I think is what makes the best matches. Somebody's like usually cracks or whatever and it kind of falls apart, but I don't think that At least when we play each other, that really doesn't happen much anymore, unless one of us takes like a huge gamble or something.
Yeah, I think the last time we played in a tournament was at the Exiles, and I feel like I cracked. I just like started just coming at you like with the life lead for no reason.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like 50-50. Although you've been beating me more since I haven't been playing as much.
Too much bison.
Too much Bison, yeah. I really like him though. I feel like I don't know. I'll probably play him more after Evo.
He's good. You can win. You can win with him. That's all that matters.
I just feel like his pressure is way better.
And Cody? Well, yeah, pressure wise. You don't get the damage.
Yeah, definitely damage is obviously in Cody's favor, but damage and being able to keep people out.
I'd rather fight Bison than Cody with Honda, that's for sure.
I'm never gonna play Bison against you. That's for damn sure.
I won Marvel. No one cares.
Anybody give you a hard time?
No, I didn't lose a match. I should have lost
To a few games to Spark, right?
Spark. I probably should have lost to Spark, but he just wouldn't kill my Doom for some reason. So I came back with him with no X Factor. So I was like, all right, whatever. So he probably should have killed me, but it didn't happen. So
And I was losing, and then I picked Virgil, and then I was winning. So that's pretty much it for Marvel.
that's Marvel. I hit an infinite. That's all I care about. That was my goal. I was like, I want to hit an infinite this tournament. I hit it.
And then you felt like you won the tournament, even if you lost it.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to do the entire tournament. That's why I kept TACing.
All right. So I guess another reason why we have you on here, Hoodaman, is because you go overseas way more than anybody that I know. And there's something new opening up. You were telling me.
Yeah, so
yeah.
in South Korea, everybody knows about Cafe ID, Cafe ID, whatever, however you know it. And everybody knows that, like, in Asia and Korea in particular, there's a lot of internet cafes, right? There's like PC cafes everywhere, like pretty much on every block. And if you go into those PC cafes, there's, lots of people playing, League of Legends, all those PC games that are really popular, StarCraft or whatever. So, there is a lot of talent out there for games and fighting games too, but there's not really much of a place for people to go to play fighting games. So that's why there's no place, there's no place to like kind of harvest growth in that area. So that's why when Cafe ID came out, it was really special because everybody flocked there to try to like level up. And they also had the only AE cabinet in Korea. So that was a big deal. So now, some of the people that actually worked there started their own place, and it's called Kong, CONG, and it stands for Culture of the New Generation. And they're pretty much trying to start a new, I don't know how you say it, like new trend or new uprising of like places that support fighting gamers, like specifically. And they just opened, I think, a few weeks ago. If you wanna know more about them, you can check out, let me look it up here, twitch.tv/Kong _ stream, Kong stream. And on Facebook, facebook.com/Kong page. And check out more about them. They just opened up. They have like some pretty high level play going on there already. I was just watching the stream the other day, and they had Infiltration there playing AE on stream with some of Korea's best. They had a virtual fighter tournament, some really high level play in that. And as it goes on, they're trying to support all fighting games, and just have their stream running, much like Cafe ID, but probably more supporting more Street Fighter and more other games. I think Cafe ID has gone more towards, I think, Tekken these days and KOF. So I guess they're just covering different fighting games right now. But it's really cool.
You were telling me like Street Fighter was kind of not the priority at Cafe ID anymore.
Yeah. It seemed like I guess pretty much when KOF came out, uh, it pretty much became like a lot of people called it like the KOF Castle, you know, because actually KOF, as you all know, the online is really bad. It's not really playable, and that goes the same with overseas. Like it's not even playable in Asia. So that's what made it to where all those guys that we all know from Evo, they all came to Cafe id and trained there. So that's what made that so special. But yeah, after that, I think AE has such great netcode and all, so people don't feel the need to play offline out there. Um, but now that there's a new place and stuff like that, it creates more hype, and people are starting to come out again.
Oh, and like as we've seen time and time again, it's so hard to keep up like a spot happening. It's just
Exactly.
it's like it's not that the spot like becomes boring or less inconvenient from people. It's just like people just want something new. I feel like.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's like we've seen that with Starbase Arcade and like many other places. Like the hype spot is never the same place for that long.
Yeah.
It always keeps moving. That's another thing about Kong is they're trying to open up various locations, and like they just opened up their first location, but they want to have this kind of spread to where people have a lot of places to go, and I think that's a really good idea too.
Like, what's the style of the actual place? Is it like a gaming cafe, or is it more of like an arcade?
Definitely more of a gaming cafe. I mean, it's pretty much just an empty room. They just brought consoles in there. If you go on their Facebook page, they have pictures up. It looks really cool, actually.
Do you know what the Facebook page is called?
Yeah. It's
Just said it.
hold on, I just said it, but I forgot it. It's
Just said it.
Facebook.com/Kong page. So
Okay.
CONG page, one word.
It's all in Korean.
They got some guys there that actually they introduced me to the fighting game scene. It's like Philly one, also goes by Drake Fang. Um, my buddy BC, Paul, and Saku, those guys really got me into the fighting game scene out there, and they're all really working together. So it's like a really good team of folks out there doing it.
Fortunately, there's no like pictures of the place there.
There should be. I saw some the other day.
I was right the wrong one.
Let me try to look it up.
Is this Korean, or I'm just being racist? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I'm at the wrong one.
No, it has Street Fighter.
Oh, why don't you guys link in the chat and I'll get to it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to their pictures. Let's see.
Who've been lying to us, making us fools.
Because I could have sworn I saw some pictures of it,
Yeah, they did, and
and it looked pretty.
know.
It looked like an open place. It looked pretty big too.
I have one on my email. I could send you if you want. Let's see.
It's fine. If it's not on Facebook, I'm not gonna. It's all right.
Okay.
Sounds cool if it actually exists.
I just made it up, guys. I'm sorry.
You just making it all up. Just adding things. Yeah, Punko lives there now. So, yeah. But yeah, so all the Street Fighter players are congregating there now. Like, I remember they have Korean. There's a Korean Viper, I believe, who's good, and then there's that. Besides like Laugh and Infiltration and Punko, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of players that haven't come out to international tournaments that are extremely talented. And actually, when I was over there, it was funny. I was just playing at Cafe id, and one of my friends, Paul, he just brought one of his friends just in there. They were just hanging out in town, and the guy hadn't. I don't think the guy had played Street Fighter in like at least 3 years. Like he was like a top vanilla player. This guy's friend, and he just like saw me play, and he wanted to play me. He was like watching me play online. He's like I want to play him. So my friend Paul told me, yeah, he wants to play you. I was like, all right. And he said he's really rusty though. He hasn't played since vanilla. I was like, all right, cool. He sits down and he plays Gokhan, and we're going like 50-50. Like, what the hell? Like, where'd this guy come from? And I guess, yeah, he was one of the top guys in Vanilla. He represented Korea at some big tournament. And so there's like guys like that everywhere. They just don't really have a place to play. So they're trying to have more places to, help these guys out, better their skills.
I can see the parallel to NorCal. Just have all these godlike players not playing in all these places. So it's really
Yeah, I mean,
cool that they have.
in NorCal, we have like a lot of places. I don't know. Like,
I don't know,
having
it's
places-
It's all spread out.
it's
I'm just
very spread.
biased.
Everything
Yeah.
is like an hour apart.
I know.
Hour 45 minutes apart. Do you know how far apart their arcades are going to be?
That I don't know. Since they recently, they just opened up this first one, and I know their plan is to kind of have multiple spots. So I don't know exactly when they're thinking of opening up another one, how far apart they're gonna be. But in Seoul, everything's pretty like reasonably distanced by train, so hardly anybody drives there. They just take a train everywhere. So
Does Infiltration drive?
I don't think so. But I mean, he's got the car, right?
What does he do with that car?
I
Just
don't
has
know.
it.
I wonder if
man.
he sold it.
I wonder if he pushes it out into the driveway and just washes it like every month. just for superiority,
But I was thinking like if they open up a few places, it'd be sick to have like I don't know, maybe not tournaments, but like having teams from each arcade and like
Oh yeah,
like that would be super sick.
that
That would
would
like
be
really
super
encourage people to level up their game and stuff like that.
sick. Yeah, definitely. All I know is that the group of guys that are running it are really smart, and they've got like really good plans and really good like foresight with the idea. It's like really like in good hands. So I wouldn't be surprised if they've thought of stuff like that. And if they haven't, I'm gonna talk to them about it because I'm gonna hopefully be involved in helping them out.
Maybe in a year you'll be in charge of an arcade in Korea.
Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, I just like to play, but I definitely want to help them out.
Better learn Korean.
Yeah, working on that one. I'm gonna try to write up a little like article about it too. So and maybe you guys could help me post it up on IPW.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be up on IPW soon.
Yeah, and then I'll have the pictures attached to that.
Man, I could have sworn I saw pictures somewhere, but oh well.
Yeah, they totally posted pictures on Facebook, and I don't know. They might have taken them off or something.
So you came back. Actually, it's kind of been a while now, right? Since
Yeah.
your last trip.
Yeah, I came back 2 months ago.
So there's obviously differences of like playing them and coming back and playing here. Like, is there anything like any one thing you can think of that's just like a huge difference?
It's very different in so many different ways. I mean, we have a bigger scene here for Street Fighter, like way bigger. But like the players they have there, they're extremely skilled. Their style is different. How they approach the game is different, and like so a player like Infiltration, what makes him so great, I think, is because he kind of like studies everybody's style. He has that Korean style, and he knows how Americans play, he knows how Japanese play, and he like, kind of incorporates it all. So, yeah.
Like if you went over there, what would be the first thing to expect? I guess playing somebody over there.
Oh, if you're a Street Fighter player
Yeah.
going over there, I think most people say this. I don't notice it so much anymore because I've been there a bunch of times, but almost everybody when they play a Korean Street Fighter player, they're just like, "Oh my God, like where's all this offense coming from?" Like this is not how we play the game. Like they're just we're used to playing footsies, kind of slower paced. Just in general, not all matches, but we're used to, I don't know, we're used to more tournaments too, because we play so many tournaments that we're really trying to win, and we don't play as risky a lot of times. But out there, they don't have tournaments very often at all, and their arcade scene isn't for Street Fighter, so they're mainly playing online. So there's one thing online play has in common everywhere is you can kind of go crazy, right? So they do that really well, and they make really good reads, and they get in your face. They don't want to waste time. They don't want to wait. So yeah, if you go over there, that's probably the first thing you'll notice.
Cool.
I'm glad there's commonality between all people in the world. If you play online, you're a scrub.
Because I know you said, like, I don't know, a while ago, maybe even a year or two ago, that because before you said it was the opposite, or maybe that was Japan. Does Japan play differently than Korea?
Yeah, completely. They play. I mean, this is all in general.
Yeah,
Everybody plays
exactly,
different
yeah.
too. Like even all Koreans play differently too. But yeah, in general, I mean, it makes sense that the Japanese scene is more arcade based, right? So you're spending a good amount of money every time you want to play. It's like could be as much as 100 yen, which is like over $1 per play, right? So you don't really want to lose, right? You're gonna do whatever you can to win, and it's same with us when we play in tournaments, right? We don't want to go 0-2 or whatever. So they play more reserved, and they just make sure if they take a risk, it's always a solid decision. And if they have the lead, they don't go in, So they have more on the line. It's like playing a money match every time you play. You're just doing whatever you can to win. So yeah, it's very different from Korea.
And who is that Zangief player that you're talking about? That just blew your mind last time you were over there. I can never remember his name.
It's probably Cantona.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best Zangief player I ever played in my life. He's like blow my mind. Like I played him 2 times now, and yeah, it's just I can't believe what he does with the game. He like really twists the game like really. He takes it really far in the mind games, like farther than I've ever seen. And I'm familiar with that matchup, right? I played Zangief a lot. I played Snake Eyes. It's like I know the match. It's not like he's showing me anything new. That's what blows my mind is because it's like if you lose to something that you don't know, it's like okay, it's a lack of knowledge, right? But if you know everything and you're losing, then it's like okay, it's my player ability needs to improve. So that's mainly what he showed me. It's like wow, like he's really on another level of thinking about the game.
Yeah, and I mean, like, there are definitely very few characters and matchups in this game that I feel like that are hopeless. So you get somebody like that, and they can basically take on anybody they want. Do you have anything else to say about Korea and Japan? And
Do you know any of them that are coming over for Evo?
I don't. I've just heard rumors.
Okay.
It'd be awesome if those guys came out. Like I was in Osaka for 10 days, and I played some of the top guys there, and it's just yeah, they blew my mind the stuff they were doing. Another player that stood out was Koji, the T-Hawk player. Like if I could pick 2 guys that come out to Evo that I played from Japan, if it was Koji and Cantona, that would be amazing. They'd blow everybody's mind.
cool.
I'll have to start a Kickstarter or something.
Yeah, maybe they're coming. Who knows? I mean, I heard rumors like somebody posted on Twitter like 50 Japanese are coming over.
Oh, I know. Are the KOF guys coming back over from Cafe ID?
I don't know. Like when I was over there, I asked them, and they all pretty much said maybe. So
Okay. I can imagine Mad KOF or one of them just come over and like get first and second, because I know
Yeah.
Bala's not coming. So
I was gonna ask you, is Bala even coming?
nah, he's not. So it's pretty much open field for Koreans. I don't know why
See
they
if
wouldn't
Cafe
come.
ID can get top 8.
I don't know, all top
All
eight Cafe ID.
top 8 Cafe ID.
The janitor who doesn't play fighting games just comes, hits 7th. Triple perfect cell pockets. Just
Do you have any questions for Hooman before we get into viewer questions?
how hot is it true? Okay, I said this yesterday. Do the Koreans really not sleep with their fans on?
wait, what?
Do Koreans really not sleep with their fans on?
Fan
Like a
fan
like a
blowing?
fan?
Or-
Yeah.
I've never. I have to like think about that because I mean, when I slept out there, it was pretty much at my buddy's house, who's American. So
Okay. Because I keep hearing this thing about Koreans, they'll have timers on their fans because if you leave it on overnight, you'll die.
why
And
will you die?
they take it really seriously. I have no idea why. So whenever I leave my fan on when I'm going to bed, I just ironically think if I die, it'd be really funny. I don't know. That's the only Korean thing I have a question for.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to like think about that one next time I'm out there. I'll get back to you.
Just leave on a fan and that'll
Leave it
answer
on
the
a fan.
question.
People start freaking out. What are you doing? All right, so we have questions for Hoodaman. Let me.
We have a
Andrew.
more broad question first. Actually, hold on.
Can I ask a question?
Let's
Yes,
ask a
sir.
Hoodaman question first. What?
Okay. Andrew Ed Mage asks, ask Huda his favorite matchup as Honda and why. His worst matchup besides Sim. And okay, let's just go down the list. What's your favorite matchup with Honda?
Favorite matchup with Honda. Mm, I think as far as like favorite as in fun goes, I would say DJ.
DJ?
It's a fun matchup because you're chasing him all over the screen. You get to play offense with Honda, it's pretty rare. And you just basically hold forward and you just try to catch him, and he's not gonna blow you up with like a sure you can cancel ultra, take off half your life, So you can just take risks and try stuff. It's fun. I love chasing DJ. Um, as far as like what my best matchup is personally, is probably just Balrog because my training partner Demon Los was who I played with for like the first 4 months of vanilla before I played any other match. So that one I know like the back of my head, and so those two.
What's your worst matchup besides Sim?
I think Sim, Ryu, and Sagat are tied for me. Um, I don't know if that's like a general thing though. I see some Hondas do good. I think I see Mike Ross do good against Sim. I do
Yeah,
horrible against
I
Sim.
remember in Vanilla, Akimo used to. Akimo even beat Sabin when he went on Arturo when he went over there to Japan.
Yeah. I mean, back then though, I remember that time, and I don't think anybody knew much about the game. Like they didn't even know Honda's jumping strong did what it did. Um, but I think now, if like the sim player is on lock with the matchup, I don't see Honda getting in at all. It's just he just doesn't have the tools, straight up. Like he has nothing for projectiles except his ultra, and it's a Hail Mary. So if you're good at Hail Marys, you might land it and win. That's pretty much how it goes.
Mike Ross, I mean,
Yeah, he can do it, I mean, people are wising up to it now. They're doing feints and stuff, so makes it hard. But yeah, Sim, Sagat, and Ryu, and at a very, very high level, I think Seth can make it pretty bad too.
where do you see yourself placing at Evo?
Um, total luck of the draw.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go in there and
Say you don't play weak sauce again.
yeah, it's a running joke because like I've been to 4 Evos now, and two of them I've lost to the Sagat player Weak Sauce from East Coast, I think. He's really good, but yeah, I can't. I'm really bad against Sagat, and it's a bad matchup. So yeah, it's a dice roll, man. It's like charades. What character you get? Like, you have this character, I got this character. I either can win or it's really like heavily in your favor. It's just a toss up. I'm just gonna go to Evo and just try to have fun. I haven't really been training competitively. I enter local tournaments. I've kind of been laying off of it actually for a couple months. So my goal for Evo is just to have a good time and not really sweat the tournament too much.
I respect that. Harrison, you got a question?
Let's see. The Brass Avenger asks.
What were you gonna say before that?
SF Keith.
Oh,
He changed his Twitter name. Anyway, what would Hoodaman do if given the opportunity to go pro? I'm assuming a sponsorship of some kind. What would you do with that? Would you train more? Would you? I don't know.
I think it
Would
depends
you?
on
Would you even want it?
yeah, I think I would if it, it depends on the sponsorship, Like if you just get sponsored and you're just trying to like advertise somebody's gear or whatever, it doesn't really interest me that much, to be honest. Like if you get sponsored and you're trying to like better the fighting game scene and like really put in input on how the scene should grow and like help it out like, grassroots style like that, yeah, I'd be really interested in that. Something to like, you know, show your passion about the scene or help the scene grow, that would be awesome. And if something happened like that, yeah, of course, I would love to have that opportunity.
So like use a sponsor as a springboard to like holding local tournaments or helping out new players, stuff like that.
Totally, yeah, just bettering the scene or even like um, having input on new development of games. Like
Oh.
I really would like to see fighting games, be developed like kind of in a certain way. So I have a lot of ideas in that realm. So if there's anything out there that I could help out with in that field, that'd be awesome.
Learn Chinese King of Combat.
Yeah, that game got a lot of great ideas behind it. I've been playing that. It's pretty cool.
Just gotta learn that Chinese.
Yeah, hopefully that game gets developed in English and gets released in
Or
America.
or mods it and gets a translator or something like that. At
Yeah, I'm
least.
pretty sure it has to be mod. I don't see how you're gonna have blatant rip-offs of characters.
Yeah.
But then again, SNK and Capcom kind of do it to each other. Some
Yeah.
characters.
I mean, I want to know the details behind that because they're releasing Benimaru and Terry for that game.
That too.
So is that they must have some kind of agreement with SNK, right? I don't know.
It's China. I have no idea. They could
Yeah.
literally just steal characters and no one would do anything. Like they could put Mario in there. It'd be like, all right, Mario's in there now. That'd be really cool though, actually. If they put Mario. All right, next question. How do you feel about Tekken Tag 2 being relegated to Friday at Evo? Harrison, do you care?
No.
I don't care either. Next question. Do you care? Do you care?
Wait,
Hoodaman?
Tekken Tag is on
It's only
Friday?
Friday. It's only Friday. It's their pools, semis, and finals Friday.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Because it has low viewer.
I don't know what they're
low
complaining about. They
entrance.
get to party all weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, if I played Tekken, I would feel bad about it because I think the whole Sunday having all the finals be on that day is like super hype, and you really look forward to that. But I don't know if they
Eh.
run out of time. What can you say?
They should have more entrants. No excuse. Show up to events. Panda Mania and then asks, what's your favorite type of combo system / infinite prevention system in a game? Combo system? I don't know. That's weird.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think right now there's a lot of different games out with different combo systems, and the newest one being like Killer Instinct, showing off their combo system. It's like, yeah, what do you like?
I think the game looks stupid, but honestly, I think that's like a good idea.
Yeah. It's really simple.
It's
just 3
simple.
buttons.
It's sort of like Marvel, I guess,
Kinda.
because Marvel attempts to not have any infinites, but look how well that turned out.
It tried.
It tried. But it's basically it's there obviously to make combos not last forever. And I feel like once higher level play is whoever plays at a high level, it's gonna make people optimize their combos.
I would say Infinite Prevention System, actually Marvel 2. I think even though people ridicule it for infinites. But after like 52 hits, like there's a certain amount of hits you can get where they'll just flip out. Besides like Iron Man, because Iron Man's stupid. But because you could just super DC and they're dead. But I really like that idea. I mean, they could have probably implemented it a little bit better. I still think it's fine for infinites because like infinites will not kill you, resets kill you in that game. So I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think games with resets are sick.
Yeah.
Like a Marvel was based on more resets, which is totally feasible, I think, with all the craziness.
Yeah, but some people like the links in Street Fighter, you know.
Yeah, but you can't really do
There's-
infinites in Street Fighter. I mean, there were a couple.
Well, it's pushback. That's the prevention system.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one way to
Is
prevent it.
pushback.
Uh,
And for US asks, do UFOs exist? Hoodaman, do you believe in UFOs?
the show sucks getting the hard hitting questions.
I don't know. I'm open to it.
Open.
Yeah.
I believe they do exist, and I believe they're constantly outside my house every day, just looking at me.
I guarantee you no UFO stops at Windsor.
I guarantee that too. I'm 1,000% sure. There was one night that I heard like a plane, but it wasn't. There's no planes in the sky, so I was pretty sure it was a UFO.
How does Hoodaman feel versus Ibuki? Does he feel? How do you feel against Ibuki?
I don't have a lot of experience in that match, but the time I did play it was at 25th anniversary, where I think it was before the top 16, and I saw Bucktooth playing, and he has a really sick Ibuki. So I think I played him like 40 or 50 matches in a row, and after playing it that many times, I feel it's even. And I think I heard him say the same thing. I think he might have thought it was slightly in Honda's favor, but I don't know. It feels even to me. If you know the matchup. If you don't know the matchup against Ibuki, it's a wrap. Like you're not beating her. You know, you get knocked down and you don't know the setups. You're just
Yeah, I
gonna
feel
get
like no matter who you are, that's gonna happen.
Yeah. You know, and Honda's escape options, like he's normally a good wake up character, but not against the Ibuki Vortex. The kunai will stuff his wake up options. So yeah, against Bucktooth, I would lose like 9 straight before I knew what I was doing, and then it went back and forth.
That's interesting. I think Ibuki would just destroy Honda, but
Yeah, some people say that. You know, some people I've heard that. I have to play the match more against other Ibuki players.
Leonard asks, what does Hoodaman think Honda needs in order to compete against Ryu, Sagat, and Sim?
That's a good question. I mean, really, I think the only thing he lacks is something against projectiles. So basically, the question is, how do you give him something to deal with projectiles without making him too good? And that's a good question. You know, I thought about making his Ultra 1 faster, but they actually addressed that in the last update news from Japan, and they said if they made his Ultra faster, it would combo from his 100 hand slot.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
I never thought
Yeah.
about that.
You can actually
Yeah.
do it now. There's like ways you can.
Oh yeah, you can do it on
Extend-
Able and stuff, right? With
Yeah,
like
there's a
medium
bunch of-
hands.
Yeah, you can. There's a bunch of characters actually. Somebody just went through the cast and figured it all out. You can do the extended hands, which come out if you keep mashing 100 hand slap. You get a couple extra hands that come out,
Yeah.
and those have more advantage. So if you hit with those on certain characters, you can ultra now, and it will connect. It will combo.
oh wow,
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You can do it in training mode, and it makes you feel really good. So if they made his ultra startup faster, his regular hands could actually combo into it. So that makes it really tricky to buff.
maybe make the startup longer, but the ultra faster.
Yeah, they actually somebody suggested that. It might have
Yeah.
even been the developer. So they're working on it. I think that's good. It would be nice if he had something without ultra that could get him around projectiles, but you know, I don't know. I don't know how they could do that without him just being able to get in for free, you know? It's really tough. And Honda's one of those characters where I think at a middle level, people think he's like super good and they complain about him a lot online, I think, because you know, they just don't know how to deal with headbutts and butt slams. And at a higher level, those moves just kind of get countered easily. So, I mean, as a Capcom guy, they have to please everybody. So it's really tough job to balance Honda, I think.
What about giving EX headbutt and armor, like 1 point of armor?
I mean, yeah, that'd be great, but
Would that be
I,
broken?
I think a lot of people would complain about that. Yeah, that might be too good. I mean, it's really tough to say.
What would make that so good though?
Maybe only during startup it gets the armor. How about that?
Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Only during startup. And that's a tough one too, because they tried to give they gave his medium headbutt some more projectile invincibility on startup, and it kind of works until people know that you have it, because people don't even know that they did that. Once people know, then they start baiting it, and it just becomes the same bad matchup all over again. So, like to make a buff to where it actually just works at high level is really tricky. I was thinking more along the lines of like the sumo splash to make that a better move without breaking it, because one of the main reasons he loses to Sagat so bad is that he's tall, so he can actually punish the sumo splash on block, and, and so can Seth when they're not supposed to be able to, because the move, it's -2, and you know they can punish it with 3-frame moves because they're tall, and it's already a bad matchup, so it just makes it all bad. If they can somehow address that, I think those matchups would be a lot better. Sagat in particular.
Would just making a -1 just make other matchups ridiculous?
That's the thing. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like that move, the only reason why it's good is because of like how the game plays. Like if there wasn't a reversal in the game where it breaks armor, like I feel like it would just be a terrible move. Because for the most part, like 90% of the time that it's happening is like right after something, in my opinion. Because you can
Yeah,
completely counter it with focus attack if it's not uh, if it's not a reversal.
you can. It's just one of those things where, yeah, it shouldn't work, but it does because you do it at the right time.
Yeah.
Um, if you're thinking headbutt and they do sumo splash, you're just not gonna focus it. You just have to read the player. Honda is all about reading the player, like especially at the higher levels. Like it's almost all reading the player, because he just can't get away with what he can get away with earlier on.
Yeah, he has like no real high low or stuff like that. I mean he has like a decent command grab, but uh yeah, it's basically just all reads, you're right. Um Jorge asks, who is the best Ken player you have ever played?
Who's the best Ken player I've ever played? Michael Tan and Player Jun 52 from Japan. I played them online, and they blew my mind. They're incredible. Um, in America, it's probably DRS Chris or NGL Chris. I think they changed their sponsorship.
Yeah, they changed.
Yeah, those three.
A lot of questions on what would you give Honda in 2012, but I think we kind of went over that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, well, I just want to say this, man. Like, a lot of people are wanting things for Honda that, I don't know, it doesn't really benefit him at a high level, I think. Like, they want things that would be awesome. Like, they want an invincible command grab. They want, like, 0-frame Ultra 2 grab. Like, they want all this stuff that's cool, and it would make him fun. But you got to think about some of his matches right now that are favorable for him. Like, the guy matchup. The guy matchup's already favorable for him, right? So if you give him an invincible command grab, guy really can't do anything to him. Like, he has all those frame traps right now, right? Well, if he had an invincible command grab, you could just command grab through it, you know? And with the range it already has, like, you can't give him that. That would break him. So, um,
I feel like having two reversals is retarded anyway.
yeah, exactly, right? So, like, people already make fun of Honda players for not needing to block, right? Like, you can just reversal, sumo splash, headbutt, uh, yeah, all that already. So you give him a third option, he really never needs to block. He just guesses one of those three reversals. So,
It's kind of
um,
like Fei Long, like and Viper. Those characters really don't need to block for the most part. in a lot of matchups, I feel.
Fei Long?
Fei Long,
Long?
yeah. Fei Long has the light chicken wing. And he has the EX chicken wing also.
I thought they nerfed the chicken wings, right?
No.
No?
They're not as good, I don't think, but they're still definitely invincible. They're definitely not uppercut status. But they're still pretty good.
I mean, if they made whatever they give to Honda, if they just made it to where he could go forward more, I think that would be great. Because right now, when he walks forward, he's handicapped. You know, he doesn't have charge moves, and he doesn't have a good anti-air when he's walking forward. So it kind of sucks. You just have to be a wall in 90% of the matchups. So, you know, give him something, you know, whether, you know, it might be as simple as making his dash better, or his focus dash better. That might just fix it. I don't know. You'd have to test it out. But yeah, that would make him a more well-rounded character, being able to go in and be better against projectile characters.
Well,
What
he
if
also
he-
needs to...
oh.
Sorry, go ahead, Honzo.
What if he had a run like in CVS 2? Just
He does,
Yeah.
but he floats in the air, and it's called a headbutt.
Yeah, a buddy of mine was talking about CVS 2 Honda was really good. Like, you could just roll cancel into hands.
yeah,
That'd be crazy.
that's
Yeah.
why I play in CVS 2.
Yeah, that sounds
Hands all
nuts.
day.
Do you have any last questions?
Yes, this is more of a general question, but CME Fish asks, I'm going to Evo, but obviously I won't be winning anything. What should I look to gain? What would someone going to Evo who's like a pot monster, I guess, go to gain, I guess? I don't know. Evo's like the funnest tournament ever. Always. Every year. Everyone's there. You can play whoever you want. It's Vegas. You can go do whatever you want in Vegas. I mean, the possibilities are endless. You can make new friends. Just go into a random hotel room. Sometimes it's dangerous, but who cares? I don't know.
Yeah. I think the most fun part about Evo is just roaming the halls. You know, you're in the hotel. Try to stay at the hotel venue if you can.
Yeah.
I think like made the mistake of not doing that a couple years, and now it's just a done deal. You have to stay at that hotel and just roam the halls, hear buttons clacking, and knock on the door and see what's going on. Just do that. You know, it's all good.
People open up the door. If you got an arcade stick in your hand, they'll probably let you in.
Yeah, just do that. You just roam the halls, listen to buttons, get in on some sessions, whatever game you play, just, you know, network with people. That's the most fun thing about it, I think.
I always get the anime rooms whenever I knock on the door. At Seasons Beginnings, I knocked on 5 animated rooms. All they were playing were Persona. And I was like, you know what? I don't think anyone's playing Marvel. So I just went to bed. Any last question? Let's see. Someone's asking about Injustice. Who do you think is going to be the best character after patch? Superman and Doomsday. That's who's the best after patch.
Okay.
Nothing changed. Yeah. Patch just nerfed Scorpion and Black Adam.
Hoodaman, what's your favorite non-fighting game?
Non-fighting game?
Yeah.
You mean right now, or just in my life?
Ever.
Or what?
Ever?
Ever? Oh, ever. I think when I was a kid, it was like Final Fantasy 3 and Chrono Trigger were really, really amazing when I was a kid. Like, changed my life amazing.
Oh, Final Fantasy 3, you mean 6?
Yeah, right. That
Yeah.
yeah, 6. Yeah, that was the official name, right? Yeah. These days, I don't play any other kind of games. So, yeah.
I'm glad you have taste. Unlike someone else.
I hate Final Fantasy.
I hear that. I hear there's a lot of good games out there right now. I just don't get the time to play them.
Yeah, I've been
play all
forcing
of them.
myself to play video games.
I'm actually playing The Witcher 2 right now. Almost done with that. Super godlike.
I just
I
think
recommend
forcing
it.
yourself playing video games is kind of a funny concept.
Yeah. I have to. I'll also just be playing Marvel for like 9 hours a day.
I think we're out of questions.
Yeah, unless there's YouTube stuff from last week.
Let me look.
Never remember.
I never remember.
You don't care about. I care about the YouTubes.
Oh, this guy right here is asking about Honda's standing fierce. Answer that real quick.
Yeah, you want. Doesn't Honda's need stand fierce buffs, fixed damage, so it does do 80 like it does at times and faster for standing anti-air?
That would be awesome. Yeah, that would be really awesome. The 80 damage is like really insulting right now. It's like it's really bad because it makes the same sound as a move that does more damage. Because you know all the fierces make harder hitting sounds, right? So you like smash a guy like with the tip of your standing fierce punch, and everybody in the room goes, "Oh, they're like that was painful," but it only did 80 damage. Like they don't, it just
So
doesn't make any
the
sense.
tip actually does less.
Way less. They nerfed it, so
Oh, wow.
the move does 120, right? At the beginning, and it's actually not just at the tip that they nerfed it. It's like basically in the middle. So like anything
Awesome.
past a certain part of the motion
Wow.
it's like 80 damage, and it's. I mean, I agree that maybe it shouldn't do 120 the whole way, but 80 is a little bit harsh, I think.
What if they gave it like 10 damage?
Was that?
What if they gave it like 10 damage, like 90 damage?
Oh, I thought make
No,
it
no,
do
no,
10
no.
damage. Yeah, 90 or 100 is okay.
Yeah, I think 100's fine.
It's a slow move. The thing is, like, this guy was asking, I lost the chat, but he was asking about it being faster. That might be too much if they made it do more damage and faster, just because
It's already a super good normal.
it's a good normal. Yeah, you have to read with it, right? You can't react with it because it's too slow. But that's fine. If they made it faster, I just have to think about the matchups that are already favorable for him in footsies, like like Guy or Vega or something like that. Vega not so much in footsies, but I think the matchup slightly in his favor. If you just had this fast like Excalibur, that's what everybody calls that, Excalibur that does 120 damage and is faster, that would just like even worse for those characters. So if they buff the other guys, then they can also buff him too. So hopefully they're thinking about all this stuff in Japan or wherever they're balancing it.
The think tank, Capcom think tank.
Yeah, the think tank.
Nothing
I
but high
don't-
chews.
I don't see any
Grape
questions
Haichus
from
are
YouTube.
Yo, great Haichus. Dude, they had a Haichu thing at Fanime, and all I was doing was just passing the booth and getting free Haichus for like a whole day. So I ate like 50 or 70 Haichus.
That doesn't sound bad at all.
Dude, it's good. Alright, nothing, Harrison?
Yeah. I think that's going to be in the show.
Alright.
Thanks for
Moment.
being on Hooman.
Yeah.
See you soon, I'm sure.
Thank you guys for having me.
Until next time, I think we'll see everybody here next week. Then after that, we'll be getting ready for Curly Mustache and then Evo.
Yep.
Hopefully there will be a show in Las Vegas.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Hopefully there'll be some great announcements at Evo.
Hopefully.
We're all hungry for
maybe
it,
there
right?
will be.
Hopefully.
Everybody wants it.
Everyone wants Skullgirls too. I mean, come on. That's what we're waiting for.
Oh, man. All right. Well, until next time, you can follow me at Harrison SBA. You can follow Honzo Gonzo at Honzo Gonzo. You can follow our special guest, Hoodaman, at Hoodaman101. You can follow IPLAYWINNER at IPLAYWINNER. You can check us out in the podcast section of IPLAYWINNER.com. Go there. You can check out all the previous podcasts. Follow us on youtube.com/IPLAYWINNER. Some Exile matches, Whammy Dojo matches will be uploaded throughout the week, including this. This will be up, I'm sure, early tomorrow morning. Anything left to say, guys?
Nope.
Nope. Hope everybody
Thanks,
makes
man.
it out to Evo.
All right. See ya.
See
All
ya.
right, peace. Later.